Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm in the process of reassembling my PDA. It's an old device. The battery had died, and so I thought maybe I would order a new battery since they were available and replace it just for funs and giggles, okay? So here is the original battery that I took out, and we'll show you the reassembly versus my disassembly, okay? But here's the original battery, and I was able to find this battery on Amazon that fit the bill because it says so right there, and it's the exact same model. Here is the battery I received, which is the exact same model, okay, for that. But if you take a very close look, the size of the battery is probably dead on. I mean, there's no difference there. But it's this connector for the power. If you take a very close look, they're not the same. Even though it says so right here that it would fit this model. So I have two choices. I can either return it and try to start over and hope that I find one, or I have to do something a little more drastic. And right now I'm debating if I should just, nip it and try to make it reattach with the connector that actually works with the device, following the same color scheme. And I think that's what I'm going to try to do, and go from there. So follow along with me as I try to see if I can make this thing work. Okay, let's try. So let's start. I'm going to look under my magnifying glass, and of course I've already tried to plug it in, and they don't even line up. Now the only other thing I can possibly do is try to force the way they're pinned in there, and try to force it, like try to rip it out and then force it back in the pin slot. But I don't actually have a tool to reset these pins in here, and also I don't know what it's going to do to actually if it will destroy it. So I think I'm just going to cut the wires and try to make the connections there. Okay, so we're going to just do red to red and black to black, and hopefully, just like when we worked on the other project with a very small battery, hope that we can actually make a good connection. So this battery is junk, so I can just cut that off. And let's see if we got any corrosion in there. Nope, that looks good. And then basically I need some leads out of here, so I'm going to cut that one off right there. And then I'm going to try to strip the wires back enough so that we can make a solder joint. I am warming up the soldering iron right now, and hopefully I can just, make it happen. There we go, there's a little bit of wire there. I'm just going to snip a little bit. There we go. And I have those two ends done there, and then here's the original, and I'm going to try to do the same thing, as take a little bit of the material off. And I think if I just clip the end of the insulator, that seems to be enough to get it partially broken off to actually remove the insulator. So if I just snip the insulator just a little bit, and then I can just make that happen. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to take a little flux, and I'm going to dip that into the flux. I got a little flux here, and I'm going to dip both into the flux and hope that we can make that join. And this time I'm working on my new yellow pad, which is kind of a nice little pad here. We'll bend that up, and we'll try to do this as best as we can. And you're probably not going to get a very good view of it, but we're going to try to make the connection. And let's see if we can zoom in. Okay, and then I'm going to try to do it over here as much as possible using this for me. Okay, so here, let's see if I can get you in the picture. Okay, and I'm hoping that this is hot enough now. A little soldering iron. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some, I'm going to tin the end here of the iron a little bit. Okay, wait a second. Pull some more out. And we're going to tin the iron just a little bit. And put a little bit of tinning on the wire. Cool. Got a little bit on each of the, oops, can't see it. I don't know where. Yeah. Oh, focus in. Never mind. And then we're going to see if we can tin the end of these two tips. Okay. And it looks like I got a little bit on both, which is good. Alright, so now we're going to try to mate the two pieces together, okay? I'm going to try to do this off camera. I don't know if I'm going to have enough room, and I definitely don't know if you're going to be able to see anything. So well, I'm going to turn it off, and we'll be right back, hopefully, when we get it together. Okay, I've got the, oops, a daisy. Let's see if we can see it right here. I got the two pieces together. I couldn't find any shrink wrap. That's the sad part. So we're going to use some duct tape here. Okay, we're going to use some the Duck brand electrical tape, and we're just going to try to wrap it as carefully as we can and hold it together so that there's no failure there. Not a lot is needed here, obviously, because it's such a small. So I'm just going to take a little bit and isolate the two. Okay, so now I got it back together. So hopefully that works. It's kind of messy, but as long as it stays together and it doesn't come apart and doesn't it should be okay. And so now let's go through and reassemble this thing if I can find it. Okay, so this one was interesting. This battery lives under here. Under these two notches, and it's not glued down or anything. It wasn't held in place by anything. So we're just going to try to see if we can get it to fit in this slot. And it looks like it's a little bit tighter than this one was, but I think it should fit. And down now. Oh, okay, so then this connector was the problem. So that should fit in there like so. Now, there we go, clip it. And these are, all these little ribbon cables are the fairly easy. And I got several to put back on here. Let's see, that one goes there. And then this should sit right over here, and I think I can get it to sit, and then the part of the copper here mounts to that. So there we go. And so we're going to make sure that we get enough play here so that we can get this to mount. I think that needs to come over a little bit. That ribbon cable. This is what happens when you take something apart, and then you gotta put it back days. Okay guys, sorry, the battery died. I mounted this plant. There's the battery underneath, and this little piece right here, I got it to go under there. It's a little bit of tape, but there's plenty of space under there for whatever, so that little piece of tape will hold that piece in place, that wire in place. And now we have to put on these ribbon cables. So basically these little tabs flip up. Come on. Okay, flip. They come out and then they flip up. They're being a little bit finicky right now. And then we're going to get the ribbon cables back into those. If I can find my tweezers. Oh, there they are right there. so after coming out, these little, they kind of go up like so without damaging too much. Okay, and then you should be able to slide that ribbon cable inside. Okay, they have to come up a little bit because there we go, and then the ribbon cable slides in. Make sure it bottoms out, and then you can bring the, oops, look, see, this is the problem. Alright, and that's the locking mechanism too. It just broke off. Okay, get it back in there, and then push it down, and that holds the whole thing in place, just like these old-fashioned ones. So there we go. Alright, see? So now that ribbon cable is in place. I'll do the same thing for this one over here, and then we're going to go back to the reassembly. Alright, I got those two ribbon cables back on. Okay, and then this one didn't really come off, so that's the one I was pretty careful with. Then that's got a little film on it, so we can put the front cover on like so, and then we can take this rear cover and carefully, and you see where the screw holes were, we got to join this to this. This is the last piece right here, okay? Which is for the all the switch controls on the side here, to get this to line up here. Okay, get this to go in. I don't know if you can see it. I hope you can, but this is going to be a pain. But we can get that to slide in there. There we go. Hold it, flip it down, and that should do it right there. Okay, and then this cover just slides back on like so. Carefully sliding it down, sliding it down, sliding it down. Make sure nothing is out of place. Make sure nothing's out of whack here. There's a little goober or something here. Okay, and then we just have the 6 mounting screws here. Okay, I have 3 on this side and 3 on the other side. So we can just take the screws, put it in, and then I'm going to put this on the charger. And see if the unit takes a charge. That will be a pretty good indication if, you know, if it is a fail or a, and if it's a fail, then I'll probably just, you know, order another battery and hope that the connector is correct, because that wire is pretty thin to begin with, and well, and I don't want to mess with that wiring again, but okay. And then here's a throwback. Look at that, it's a memory stick, 128 megabytes, and this was pretty expensive back in the day, for just, you know, just a regular memory stick. So we can put that in here, and look, oops, it easy, my little flapper door doesn't like it. So here we go. Let's see, does it go this way? Nope, it goes the other way. There we go. Hey, look, something works. Look, that thing just came on. Hey, that's pretty good. Ooh, hey, I got power. Hey, that little battery had some power. So we're gonna set the stylus. And look, it works. I got some battery power. I was going to put this on the charger just to see if it will work. But hey, you know, that's not bad. Look, I got the home. I got basic functions that you're supposed to have. So that worked. A little gizmo. Okay, lucky me. I didn't have to. But this just brought me back memories of when I used to use this on a regular basis. And this one was one of the first color ones. Before this, everything else was black and white. And yeah, it's a Palm Pilot. There's some basic stuff you can do, you know, but it's basically an address book, a little bit of data. This one didn't even have Wi-Fi at the time, so there's no function on that. But you know, there's a docking station, and you can take data from here and move it over to the other one. And so, yeah, this was a nice little device. Pretty expensive at the time, but it was a nice device. So, yeah, I'm happy with it again, that it works. So, thank you for joining me on another video. I'm glad it was successful. You know, we always take that chance. And hopefully you enjoyed this. And tune back in for another video in the future. Have a great day, folks. Take care now.